A liquid mixture whose components have varying volatilities can be separated by distillation operation. Continuous distillation operation is more effective than batch processes, and they are carried out in either packed column or tray column. The basic principles in the design of a continuous multi-stage fractionation of binary mixtures by McCabe-Thiele method is already seen. We have discussed already that. We will see another method called as the Ponchon-Savarate method. It was developed independently by Ponchon and Savarate in 1921 and 22. This is more rigorous method, and it requires detailed enthalpy information. It is also a graphical method, and it solves energy balance equation and material balance equation and equilibrium relations together. It also considers the enthalpy variation with composition and flow, which was not there in the McCabe-Thiele method. McCabe-Thiele method, it considered constant molar overflow and vaporization. That was the assumption there. This assumption had greatly simplified our calculations, but however, they do not include the effect of change of composition or temperature on the heat of vaporization, which actually happens in the column because every stage have got different temperatures and different compositions. So plate to plate variations are different. So this method is, so here the slope of operating lines we will get as varying because L by G in case of McCabe-Thiele method, it was considered as constant because of our assumption of constant overflow, constant molar overflow and vaporization. So we got the same amount of liquid flow rate and the vapor flow rate on every stage. But here this liquid flow rate and vapor flow rate, it varies from tray to tray. Because of that, the slope of operating line L by G will be different. So let us say that we have a material stream and this is our feed stream. The feed flow rate is given in terms of molar flow rate. Its composition is ZF, its enthalpy is HF. It goes to a distillation column, and in this column we are counting the stages from top to bottom. So the topmost stage is stage 1, and subsequently we have the other stages below. So let us say that there are n number of stages in enriching section, and the stages in enriching section are represented by this small n. Okay, any one particular tray we will consider it is represented by small n. And in the stripping section, which is below the feed section, the stages will be represented by this small m. So that will be the nomenclature we are going to use here. And the total number of stages in this distillation column are capital N. So the section above the feed is the enriching section. The section below the feed is the stripping section. So the vapor goes out of this column and it is sent to a condenser where the latent heat of this vapor is removed. The vapor is cooled and condensed. So QC is the heat removed and its heat removal rate is QC kilojoule per hour from this condenser. And then we have a reflux drum. From the reflux drum, part of the liquid, it goes back into the column as a reflux, and a part of this liquid product from the top is recovered as distillate. The distillate molar flow rate is D, its composition is XT, and its enthalpy is HD. The liquid from the bottom of this column is heated in a reboiler, and the energy supplied to the reboiler is QB. This is in terms of kilojoule per hour. So the vapors generated in this reboiler, they are sent back into the column, and a liquid product is withdrawn, whose molar flow rate is W. Its mole fraction of the more volatile component in residue is XW, its enthalpy is HW. The vapor from the first stage, which is going out of the column at the top, its flow rate is G1 and its mole fraction is Y1 and its enthalpy is Hg1. The liquid which is sent back into the column as reflux, it is the flow rate is L0, mole fraction X0 and enthalpy is HL0. So here we see that the flow rate of the vapor and the flow rate of the liquid, their nomenclature, it depends on which stage they are going and from which stage they are coming, because here there is a variation in these flows. The flow varies from tray to tray, flow of vapor varies from tray to tray, and the flow of liquid varies from tray to tray, which was not the case in McCabe-Thiele method. Then the liquid which is coming out of the nth stage at the bottom of the distillation column is L dash N. Xn is the mole fraction and the enthalpy is HLN. Okay, let us see the nomenclature for enriching section for nth stage. The liquid coming from the nth stage to the stage below, its flow rate is Ln, its mole fraction is mole fraction of the more volatile component in this stream is Xn, and its enthalpy is HLN. The vapor going to the nth stage is Gn plus 1. It is coming from the stage below, and we are counting the stages from top to bottom. So it is coming from n plus 1 stage. So the vapor flow rate is Gn plus 1. The mole fraction of more volatile component in this is Yn plus 1, and the enthalpy is Hgn plus 1. In stripping section, the nomenclature used is the liquid coming from the M stage, its flow rate is L dash M, mole fraction Xm, and enthalpy is HLM. The vapor going to this M stage is from the stage below, which is from the stage M plus 1. It is G dash M plus 1, and the mole fraction is Ym plus 1, enthalpy is Hgm plus 1. So if I write the overall balance for this column, it is feed is the input, and the output from this column is we are recovering distillate as the top product and residue or the bottoms as another product. So F is D plus W. The component balance, this is for more volatile component, we can write, and it is FZF is equal to DXD plus WXW. So we will write enthalpy balance also in this method. So the enthalpy of all the input streams, it is balanced with the enthalpy of the output streams. So input we have the feed, so feed multiplied by enthalpy of feed, plus we are adding the heat in the reboiler. So QB is the energy added in the reboiler, and the heat removed from this column is we are removing from the condenser, which is QC, and the energy removed is from the distillate product. So distillate flow rate multiplied by enthalpy of distillate plus residue flow rate multiplied by the enthalpy of the residue or the bottom product plus QL. This QL refers to the heat losses in the column. So this heat losses in the column, we will assume them to be 0. Simplify our analysis. Now if I write the balance for the top section, the top section is This is the region. So where the reflux ratio R is L0 by D. So L0 it is going as a reflux divided by the distillate product. This is the reflux ratio. And G1, the vapor which is coming from the stage 1, it gets divided into L0 and D, right? So G1 is equal to L0 plus D. Component balance for the top of the column is G1Y1 is equal to dxt plus L0x0. Okay, and enthalpy balance will be G1 Hg1. Okay, enthalpy of this G1 Hg1 is equal to the energy which is removed. This is the input. G1 Hg1 is the input. The outlet is QC is the outlet. Outlet is L0 HL0 and DHD, right? So this is rearranged. The equations are rearranged here, and it has been put in terms of the reflux ratio. So finally we will get the value of QC, which is the rate of heat removed from the condenser, is D into R plus 1 multiplied by Hg1 minus RHL0 minus HD. Okay, simple rearrangement and you will get this. Okay, so we will substitute this QC value, okay, in equation 3. In equation 3, here we will substitute QC considering QL value is equal to 0. So we will get QB value is DHD plus WHW minus FHF plus QC. Okay, so we can find out the condenser and reboiler duties with these equations. So we will do our analysis first for the enriching section, then we will do for the stripping section, and then we will do for the feed section. Subsequently, we will see the other cases of what happens at total reflux and what happens when the reflux is minimum. So enriching section is the section above the feed point or the feed tray. Okay. So let us consider the nth tray. This is the nth tray. The inlet to the enriching section is, inlet is, this is the inlet stream, and the outlet from enriching section is, this is one outlet and this is another product stream which is removed. Okay, so there is one input and there are two outputs. So it is overall material balance is Gn plus 1 is equal to Ln plus D. Component balance, so it will be Gn plus 1 Yn plus 1 is equal to Ln Xn plus dxt. So let us rearrange it. Rearrange this equation. I will take Gn plus 1 Yn plus 1 minus Ln Xn, taking this term over this side. So it is equal to dxt. Okay. So this is the flow rate of, this is the molar flow rate of more volatile component. So if we have a binary mixture of component A and B, and we say that A is more volatile component, then this is the flow rate of the component A, which is this component A flow rate to the enriching section, minus this is the component A which is going out of the enriching section as the liquid. Okay, and this is the component A flow rate which is recovered as the distillate product, right? So this difference is the net flow of the component A up, or net flow of the more volatile component going up. Okay, if we consider this in terms of the more volatile component. All right, so because this is going up and this is going down, which is going out of the enriching section, so net flow going up, net flow of the component A which is going up, and that is recovered as the distillate product. Okay, so this term is net flow of the component up, and this term is the net component withdrawn from the column. Enthalpy balance for the enriching section is, it is Gn plus 1 multiplied by Hgn plus 1 is Ln HLN plus Qc plus DHD, right? So this is the enthalpy input. This is enthalpy input. Output is Ln HLN, it is going out of enriching section. Qc is recovered, it is removed from the enriching section, and the enthalpy going out from the distillate product. Okay. So let us use one more variable, and we will say this is Q dash, and Q dash is the heat removed permanently from condenser along with distillate per mole of distillate. So what does it mean? The heat removed permanently from condenser. So heat removed permanently from condenser is QC along with the distillate. So what is the heat removed with the distillate? It is D into HD. So QC plus D into HD per mole of distillate, which is divided by the distillate flow rate. That is our Q dash. Okay, so I can write this as QC by D plus HD. Or QC I can rearrange it as Q dash D minus D HD. So if I substitute this in my previous equation for the enthalpy flow, I'll get the enthalpy flow as Gn H Gn plus 1 Hgn plus 1 minus Ln HLN is equal to Q dash D, right? So this is the enthalpy, this is the energy which is going up in the column, this is the enthalpy which is going down from the column, and this is the net energy removed from the column with the product, right? So it is the net enthalpy flow up, this term. This is the heat removed at the top. So we can write, right? So from the top section, what we had written, the balance was Gn plus 1. We can write Gn plus 1 is Ln plus D, right? That was the overall material balance for the enriching section. So I will write D as Gn plus 1 minus Ln and substitute this in equation 2. So equation 2 was for the compositions. So for compositions, equation 2, if I substitute in, I will get Gn plus 1 Yn plus 1 is equal to Ln Xn plus Gn plus 1 minus Ln to Xd. Okay. So what was the component balance in terms of the molar flow rate of component A? It was Gn plus 1 Yn plus 1 is equal to Ln Xn plus Dxd. So in place of D, we have put Gn plus 1 minus Ln. Okay. See, the whole objective of all this rearrangement is to get the slope of operating line L by G. Okay, so in this case, the slope will be Ln by Gn plus 1. Okay, so all this arrangement is we have to get this slope of the operating line Ln by Gn plus 1. Okay, so we have got Gn term, we have got Ln term. Let us separate Ln terms and Gn terms. So Ln is over here, so it is Xd minus Xn is equal to Gn plus 1 in bracket Xd minus Yn plus 1. So I can write Ln by Gn is Xd minus Yn plus 1 divided by Xd minus Xn. So this is Gn plus 1. This term is Gn plus 1. Ln by Gn plus 1 is equal to Xd minus Yn plus 1. It is Xd minus Xn. Similarly, we can substitute for the enthalpy equation. So net flow of enthalpy was Gn plus 1 Hgn plus 1 minus Ln HLN. This was equal to Q dash D. So in place of D, we will substitute Gn plus 1 minus Ln. So I will get this, then rearrange it in terms of Ln by Gn plus 1. Okay, so take Ln term one side, Gn plus 1 term another side. Okay, and get Ln by Gn plus 1, with this is Q dash minus Hgn plus 1 divided by Q dash minus HLN. Okay, so for Ln by Gn plus 1, we have derived two expressions. One is in terms of the mole fraction, another in terms of the enthalpy. So from equation 9 and 10, I can write ln by gn plus 1 is equal to xd minus yn plus 1 by xd minus xn is equal to q dash minus hgn plus 1 by q dash minus hln. Okay, so the two equations for ln by gn plus 1, they are summarized over here. So what do we see from this? We see that this expression can be represented as a straight line, right? So we can again revisit the presentation on HXY diagrams, our enthalpy concentration diagrams, where we had seen that an expression of this type, it can be represented as a straight line. And a straight line whose coordinates are, what are the coordinates? See, this is xt term and this is q dash term. You have got xt term and q dash term. So this coordinate, one of the coordinate for this line is xt comma q dash. Another coordinate is yn plus 1 comma hgn plus 1, and another coordinate is xn and comma hln. So 3 points of a line are given whose coordinates are these. Okay, so ln by gn plus 1 is the slope of the operating line. Okay, so the coordinates for this enriching section operating line, they are xd, q dash, yn plus 1, hgn plus 1 and xn, hln. Okay, so here the value of n is varying. It varies from stage to stage, but there is one common point, and that common point is xt comma q dash. Okay, so in this expression I can substitute different values of n. So it will be going from, if I put n is equal to 0, so I will get some expression. If I put n equal to 1, I will get some expression. If I put n equal to 2, I will get some expressions for L by G for different stages. But this xd and q dash point will remain same, that is not going to change. And this point is called as the difference point. Okay, so this coordinate, the coordinates of this difference point, which is xd and q dash, they give the difference in the flow rates. Okay, and that is why we call this point as the difference point. The concept of difference point is also discussed in HXY presentation. You can see that for more on what is a difference point. This is the difference point. So the coordinates are, one is q dash. So q dash represents the net heat out by net moles out. And xd is net moles of A out by the net moles out. This is the mole fraction. So it is net moles of A out by net moles out. So in Ponchon-Savarez method, we are going to plot the enthalpy concentration diagram. So y-axis is enthalpy, x-axis is the mole fraction. So on y-axis we will be plotting all this energy information of the enthalpy information, and y-axis will be for the composition. So this is q dash. Q dash is, it is the net heat out. This is the enthalpy information, energy. This is y-axis, and xd is the composition. So this is for y-axis point and this is for x-axis point. So all these 3 points, all the 3 coordinates, they lie on a line, right? They lie on a line, and the expression for that line is, we can write it like this: Gn plus 1 minus Ln is equal to the difference point delta D. So Gn plus 1 minus Ln is delta D. Okay. So we can substitute different values of n, and we will be getting different lines, different operating lines, but they will all join at a common point, which is this delta D point, difference point. So all operating line has got one common point, which is this delta D. Enthalpy as y-axis, composition on x-axis. So the mole fraction of more volatile component in liquid phase and vapor phase are plotted on x-axis. Plot enthalpy of saturated liquid versus x plot, and plot enthalpy of saturated vapor versus y plot. So this plot, mark ZF point, the feed point, then mark XD point. This XD composition is equal to the reflux composition. So XD is equal to X0, correct? Because that same liquid which is condensed from the top of the column, it goes partly as reflux and partly it is recovered as the product. So composition is same. So in case if the distillate is recovered as a saturated liquid, so it will lie on saturated liquid line, right? So this is the line for saturated liquid or liquid at its bubble point. This is the line for saturated vapor or the vapor at its dew point, right? So if this distillate is recovered as a saturated liquid, this distillate point will lie on the saturated liquid point. Okay, so mark this point, and if you go to y-axis, this point will give you the enthalpy of the distillate and enthalpy of the reflux. So this point is, the point is represented, let us represent this point as D. So this gives the information about the distillate, and it also gives information about the reflux, which is L0. This is external reflux, and this point gives the information about that. It gives the enthalpy and the composition of D and L0. So let us mark this point as D or L0. Okay, this value is also equal to the mole fraction of the vapors which is coming from the top of the column, correct? Because that gets condensed and you are removing a part as the reflux and a part as the distillate. Okay, so the composition is same. So this is also equal to Y1, right? So if this composition is also same as Y1, then if G1 is the composition of saturated vapor, okay, from the stage 1, so G1 is a saturated vapor on the stage 1, so it will lie on this saturated vapor curve. Okay, so if I extend a line, okay, a vertical line from this XD, this composition is same as Y1, and G1 is a saturated vapor, so it lies on the saturated vapor. All right, then we need to find out this difference point. Difference point coordinate is, difference point coordinate, y-axis coordinate is Q dash, and Q dash is HD plus QC by D. Okay, HD is the enthalpy of this D, okay, plus this enthalpy of D, we will add the energy QC by D. So if I add QC by D energy, I will get this coordinate. Okay, so it is composition is xt, x0 or y1. Okay, and the y axis composition is q dash. Okay, so to this hd value you add qc by d, you will get this point. Mark a q dash point. So this point of intersection of xd line and q dash line is, it is your difference point. Okay, this is q dash point, and this is the difference point delta d. This is common to all the operating lines. Okay, all the operating lines will have this common point. So how do we draw the operating lines? We will see that now. Okay, so in this Ponchon-Savarate method also, we are considering that the stages are ideal. Stages are ideal means the vapor leaving the stage is in equilibrium with the liquid which is leaving the stage. So every stage is ideal. They are theoretical stage. Okay, so equilibrium data means, equilibrium data, it gives the equilibrium compositions of the vapor phase and liquid phase. So it gives information about y and x values which are in equilibrium. So right now we have got from the stage 1 the y value is y1. Okay, this is the y1 value from stage 1. So the liquid leaving this stage 1 will be in equilibrium with this y1, right? So how to get that composition of the liquid which is in equilibrium with this y1? What I will do, I will go to the equilibrium data. I can plot that equilibrium data, and for this y1 value I will find out what is the x1 value, or for this y value what is the x value which is in equilibrium with this y. Okay, so find that value. Okay, and let us say that that is the point L1, that is the composition of the liquid leaving the stage is in equilibrium with the vapor which is going from the stage 1. So they are in equilibrium, so we can get that data from the equilibrium plot. So we should have equilibrium plot for this binary mixture available. So if this y value is available, this y, from this y value I will get, for this y value I will get the corresponding x value from the equilibrium data. Okay, so G1 and L1 points, they are in equilibrium, so they should lie on a tie line, right? So draw a tie line between G1 and L1. Okay, so this refers to the stage number 1. So the topmost stage in the column, the compositions are, this is y1 and this is the x1, and this tie line is the glowing pink line. This tie line is giving the compositions of the stage 1. Okay, the topmost stage. This is the equation for the operating line. Gn plus 1 minus Ln is equal to delta D, right? So what does this information tells? This information tells that there is a line which has got a common point delta D, and the other two points are Ln and Gn plus 1. Okay, so I have got now L1 point. L1 point is there, and I have got this delta D point. Delta D point is also there, right? How to get Gn plus 1? So for L1 it will be G2. So to get this G2 value, what I will do, I will join this L1 to this delta D. Okay, and all my vapor compositions, they lie on the saturated vapor curve. So my G2 will be the intersection of this operating line and the saturated vapor curve line. Okay, so this point is nothing but the point G2, right? So delta D, G2, L1, they are on a line. which is our operating line. So draw an operating line from this delta D to this L1. The intersection of this line on this HG curve is the point G2. So this gives you the composition Y2. Okay. So for this Y2 composition, what is the equilibrium X value you will get from the equilibrium data or the equilibrium plot? Okay, that is for the second stage. What is the liquid leaving composition? This liquid leaving and the vapor leaving are in equilibrium, so they are going to lie on a tie line. Okay, so draw a tie line from this G2 to the point L2. Okay, get L2 point from the equilibrium plot. Okay, add this X2 value, this is your Y2 value, join them by a tie line. Okay, now our L2, G3 and delta, they lie on operating line as per this equation. Okay, so to get G3 value, I will draw operating line from L2 to delta D. Draw operating line. The intersection of operating line to HG curve is G3 point, and G3 and L3 point, they are in equilibrium, so they are obtained from the equilibrium plot. So draw a tie line from equilibrium data. Okay, now L3, G4 and delta D are on operating line, so draw operating line, and the intersection of operating line to saturated vapor curve is going to give you the G4 point. Continue like this. You will, okay, draw a tie line from G4 to L4 from equilibrium data. Join L4 to delta D. That will give you G5 point. This is almost, it is reaching the ZF point or the feed point. So the next tie line is going to come after this feed section. So after that means below the feed section it will come. So below the feed section is our stripping section. Okay, so we have completed the analysis of enriching section. So in enriching section, we had seen that we are getting how many stages? We are getting, count the tie lines for finding out the stages. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we are able to draw these 4 tie lines. So there are 4 stages in the enriching section. Okay, which is above the feed point. The other section. But here we are going to see now how to get the delta D point. How do we find out delta D point? Which will be based on the external reflux ratio. Okay. So earlier we stated that I can get this delta D by, I have got HD point. Okay, HD value is there. To this I will add QC by D. So I will get this delta D. But if QC value is not given, I need to find out this QC value, how to get this delta D. So we are going to see that we can do this by finding out the external reflux ratio. So from the operating line equation, we have got ln by gn plus 1 is, this is for the compositions, this is for the enthalpy term. Okay, we had derived this for the enriching section. Now a small change in this, we will, what we will do, gn plus 1 we will write as ln plus d. Okay, so if I write this and we just interchange it, multiplying by minus 1, both numerator and denominator. So this term comes here, this term comes here, this term comes here, this term comes here. Okay, then take reciprocal of it. So ln plus d, it comes up, ln goes down, so reciprocal of that. Okay, so this term will give me ln by ln, it will be 1 plus d by ln. So this 1 I will take on this side, so it will become minus 1 and minus 1, that is this minus 1, and I have got d by ln term over here. Okay, then I take reciprocal again, I will get ln by d. Alright, so I am coming close to this L by D, which is the reflex ratio. So it is xt minus yn plus 1 minus xn Q dash minus HGN plus 1, HGN plus 1 minus HLN. If I substitute n is equal to 0, I will get L0 by D. L0 by D is the external reflux ratio, right? L0 is the liquid which is sent back into the column, and D is the distillate product withdrawn from the column at the top. Okay, so L0 by D is the external reflux ratio. It is obtained by substituting n is equal to 0 in this expression. So I am getting L0 by D is xt minus y1 by y1 minus x0. This is equal to Q dash minus Hg1 by Hg1 minus HL0. Okay, so again we have got a similar kind of expression as an operating line for the enriching section, right? So this also shows that this can be represented as a straight line whose coordinates are, one coordinate is xt comma q dash, another coordinate is y1 comma hg1, and then one more third coordinate is x0 hl0. xd comma q dash is where it is xd comma q dash. Xd comma q dash is this point, right? Y1 comma hg1 is this point, right? And x0 comma hl0 is this point, right? So there is a line, okay, a straight vertical line. One coordinate is this point, another coordinate is this point, another coordinate is this point. Okay, so this can represent the external reflux ratio, right? So 3 points are there on the coordinate. So this L0 by D is nothing but is A by B in this. So considering all these coordinates, okay, this difference is your A, this difference will be the B. Okay, so from here this point to this point is A, and from this G1 point to this D point it is B. Okay, so we have got the reflux ratio. Reflux ratio is this length of line, which is A, divided by the length of line B. So from the graph only you can take this length. What is this length? This is A, and from the graph you take this length and this length. This length is B. Divide these two, you will get the reflux ratio. So the question was how to find out this delta D point, right? So we have done till here. We have got this D point, we have got the G1 point. So if I got the D and G1 point, that means I have got the length B, correct? Because I know the XD, X0, just draw one vertical line. I will get G1, I will get D. Okay, if the D is saturated liquid, if it is still cool further, the D will be here. Okay, but this difference between this G1 and this D will give me the B. Okay, so how to get this delta D point? Now let us say that the reflux ratio is given in the problem. Reflux ratio is 2. That means the ratio of A by B is A to B is 2, or A by B is equal to 2. So if B value is given, this point will be 2 times this length of B. Okay, so if reflux ratio is 2, you just mark this, find out what is this value of B, then double this value of B, twice the value of B, that will give you the length of A. So that will be the point of your difference point delta D. Okay, so once we get this difference point delta D, I can draw one tie line over here, then draw operating line, then draw one tie line, draw operating line, draw tie line, operating line. Continue this process to get the number of ideal stages in a section, in enriching section. Now let us do a similar analysis for stripping section. Now this is the region below the feed section, where the stages We will say this is the mth stage. Liquid coming is L dash M. Vapor going out is G dash M plus 1 from the stage below. Okay. The residue product removed is W. Okay. The overall material balance for this stage is, the input is Lm. This is input to this stage, and the output is Gm is going out, W is going out. Okay. Component balance multiplied by composition. So it is Lm dash Xm, G dash M plus 1, Ym plus 1 plus W xW. Okay. So take this Gm term over this side. So this difference will give me the net flow of component A going down, right? So Lm is going down, Gm is going up. So Lm into Xm is the component which is going down, the flow rate of component A going down. Gm dash Gm plus 1 dash multiplied by Ym plus 1 is the component A going up. So this difference is the net flow of component A going down, and this is the net flow of component A from the bottom of the distillation column, which is recovered as the bottom product. So net flow down is this term left side, and the component removed at the bottom is this term. We can write the enthalpy balance for this is, enthalpy balance is the input is Lm into HLm, that is the enthalpy of the stream coming to this section, plus we are adding QB, kilojoule per hour. This is the addition, and what we are removing, enthalpy removed, is from the stream which is going out, Gm dash plus 1, and the enthalpy going out with the product stream at the bottom. Similar to this Q dash term in enriching section, we are going to define another term called as Q double dash. Okay, let Q double dash be the net flow of heat out from the bottom per unit mole of residue. Okay, so this is the net flow of heat out from bottom. So net flow of heat out from bottom is, net flow of heat is, one is, this is the heat going out from the bottom, this is the heat supplied. So this difference is the net flow of heat going out from the bottom per mole of residue divided by this W. Okay, so this is Q double dash is equal to HW minus QB by W. So from the previous equation we can get, if we substitute here, we will get Q L dash M HLM minus G dash M plus 1 HGM plus 1 is equal to Q dash W. So rearrange it. So in place of W, we have to substitute this L dash M minus G dash M plus 1. So our objective is again to get L by G, which will be the slope of operating line. So we will remove this term W from the expressions that we had obtained from the component balance and for the enthalpy balance. Remove this term W, and in place of W put this Lm and Gm plus 1 terms. Okay. So for the component term, if I put, I will get this, and I will get L dash M by G dash M plus 1 is Ym plus 1 minus Xw, Xm minus Xw. So similar to our previous analysis, we are going to get this term for the stripping section. Okay, here Xw is the common composition term. Okay, similarly we can eliminate the term W from enthalpy balance term and substitute Q double dash. So what we will get, so W, in place of W we will substitute Ln H values, Ln G values. So we are going to get L dash M by G dash M plus 1 is equal to HGM plus 1 minus Q double dash by HLM minus Q dash. Okay, so here the term which is common is Q double dash. So let us write that equation 8, the previous in terms of composition. and L by G expression in terms of enthalpy together. So this is the expression for the operating line for the stripping section. This is the expression for the operating line of stripping section. L dash m by G dash m plus 1 is ym plus 1 minus xw, yxm minus xw is equal to hgm plus 1 minus q double dash by hlm minus q double dash. Again, this kind of expression, it tells that they can be represented as a straight line. So the three coordinates of this straight line are, one is ym plus 1, hgm plus 1, xw, q double dash, and xmn, hlm. So these are the three coordinates which are representing a straight line. Okay, so this straight line represents the operating line. So the operating lines have got 3 points. So these 3 points are the coordinates of that line. Okay, so in these 2 points there is an m term. So m varies depending on the stage, but this is a common term. Q dash and xw, it will be common to all these operating lines where m is changing. So common point for operating line is q double dash xw, which is the difference point delta w. So here q dash is the net heat out. So this can be represented as a line which is L dash m minus G dash m plus 1 is equal to delta w. Okay. So the common point for this line is delta w. The other 2 points are L dash m and G dash m plus 1. Okay. Right. So what does this indicates? If I put this G dash term here, so you can see that this is delta w plus G dash m plus 1 is equal to L dash m. Okay, so that means delta w and G dash m plus 1, these are the end points of this line, and L dash m, it lies on that line. Right. So let us see how we can draw this in enthalpy concentration diagram. Mark xw point. Now if the bottom product W is recovered as a saturated liquid, it will lie on HLX line. Okay, so on saturated liquid line. So this is the W point representing the bottom product. Its enthalpy is HW. It is a saturated liquid. And then from this we can get HW. From this HW value, if I subtract QB by W, I will get the Q double dash coordinate. Okay, Q double dash point I can get if I subtract QB by W from HW value. So that point is our difference point, delta W. Okay, so for this delta W point, the coordinates are Q double dash and XW. So Y coordinate is Q double dash, X coordinate is XW. This is our other difference point, delta W. This is in equilibrium with the vapors which are going out from the reboiler. So let us say that the reboiler is a kettle type reboiler. So from the kettle type reboiler, that is also considered as one equilibrium stage. So the bottom product from the reboiler is in equilibrium with the vapors which are leaving that. Okay, so these vapors, okay, which is y dash n plus 1, it is going to stage n. They are in equilibrium with the liquid which is recovered as the residue or the bottom product. Alright, so they will be on a tie line. So we can join them by a tie line. So I know this XW point. Okay, XW is given. So to find out what will be this yn plus 1 composition, I will go to my equilibrium plot, and from the equilibrium plot data I will find out what is the value of yn plus 1. because that y value is in equilibrium with this xw value. So find out that and join these 2 points with a tie line. They represent a tie line and the compositions on this line, they are in equilibrium. Okay. Now we will draw the operating line for the stripping section. Okay. So the expression is delta W is a common point and G dash M plus 1 is 1 point and L dash M is another point. Okay. So one end is delta W, other end is G dash M plus 1. On this line L dash M point lies. Okay. So I have got the G dash N plus 1 point. I have got this common delta W point. I will join them and on this I will get the value for L dash N. Okay. So this point will be the L dash N value. This is L dash 1. So this is the operating line and this is the tie line. This tie line represents a stage. Now this represents the liquid leaving the nth stage. The vapor leaving the nth stage is in equilibrium with this liquid leaving, right? So I can get the vapor composition from the equilibrium data, right? So get that vapor composition from the equilibrium data, okay, and mark point G dash N. Okay, join G dash N with L dash N by a tie line. Okay. Now this G dash N delta W and another L is they are lying on operating line. So draw this operating line and you will get the value of L dash M plus 1. Okay. Then L dash M plus 1 and G dash M plus 1 they are in equilibrium. So join them by a tie line. And G dash M plus 1 delta W they are on operating line. And this intersection with the HL line is going to give us the next point, okay, which will be L dash M point. Now this L dash M point, if I join for the next, if I draw a tie line, now it is crossing the feed line. So this is the feed section, it is somewhere it is crossing the feed section. So this we will not do. So stripping section we are getting now 3 stages. To get the number of stages we will count the tie lines. So this is one stage, this is another stage, this is another stage. Okay, so these green color lines they represent the theoretical stages or ideal stages. Okay, so the tie lines are the stages. So in stripping section we have 3 stages as per this diagram.